Hey man, my name's Imani. I'm 18, I don't have a job, and I'm not in school. I bought this birdhouse forever ago to paint it, and I never did, so I'm gonna do it now for my mom to match her kitchen. So on the note of not having a job, I'm gonna tell you about the time that I got super played by Sam's Club.
I love it.
I was trying to apply at Sam's Club, right? It's kind of like a Costco if you don't really know. There's a Sam's Club that's literally 2 minutes away from my house. Why not apply to it? I need a job. I'm not in college, and I'm a bum. I applied to it. Sam's Club A is the one that's super close to me, and then there's a Sam's Club B, which is 20 minutes away from me. So I want to choose the one that's closer to me, obviously. Like, that makes the most sense, doesn't it? Just real quick, this is my third time having to refilm this because my camera is stupid. So that's why it's painted, but I'm about to repaint it because I thought it was ugly anyway. So I call Sam's Club, right? On my mom's phone, of course, because I don't know how to take care of a phone properly. I search up nearest Sam's Club to me. I call that one. You know how when you call something and then it says like, oh, press this number if you want to talk to an associate, something like that. I don't know. So then it says press 0 if like you want to talk to like a real person. So then it transfers me to a person, and I'm gonna just name her Elmo. You know, I'm like, oh hey, I had applied a little while ago. I was just wondering on an update on the application. So she was like,
oh yeah, so let me just pull it up.
and she pulls it up, you know, and she's like,
oh, would you like an interview? All of this?
and I was like, yeah, sure, man.
It's gonna be, just come in at like 9 in the morning tomorrow. Is that good with you?
Yeah, that's fine, because
I don't have a life.
it didn't matter what time it was, you know? I wake up, I get all dressed for this interview, I go there, and I'm like, hi, I'm here for an interview, like, do you know where I'm supposed to go? I say that to like the lady that like greets you, and you go, and she's like,
Oh yeah, do you know who you talked to?
and I was like, yeah, I talked to Elmo. She's like,
Okay, let me just radio her in. Elmo, your 9 o'clock is here.
so I'm sitting down in like the food court or whatever, like what's right there. I'm like waiting, and they're like,
Oh, sorry, Elmo's like really late right now. I don't know why, but like she's kind of late.
I don't have a phone again. So I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to sit up, just like looking around, like messing with my fingers, like messing with my hair. The workers left and right keep asking like, oh,
Are you new here? Are you working here?
the greeter lady is like, dang, like I don't know why she's so late. And I was like, it's fine. People keep asking me like, are you here for the interview? Are you here for the interview? And I wasn't really getting annoyed of people asking me that, you know, because every time somebody asks me, I'm assuming somebody's gonna go inform this person. More and more people keep saying, I don't know why she's late. Elmo should be here by now. It's been about like almost an hour, like literally of nothing. And this other lady comes in and is like,
You're here for the interview, right?
and I was like, yeah. She was like,
I'm gonna go check in the system really quick what you applied for and all of that, and I'll get back to you in just a second.
I was waiting for another like 40 minutes while that lady went to go check my information. Some random lady taps me on my shoulder, and it's somebody from like the service desk, and she's like,
The phone's for you.
and I was like, she calls like the front desk or whatever, like the service desk, and tells them to get me, and it's like,
Oh, well, actually, Elmo doesn't remember setting an interview for you.
at that point I kind of got it, because all Elmo really told me was to come in and come by 9. So I'm like, you know what, maybe it technically wasn't an interview, so she just like forgot, you know.
I don't know.
She was like, did you want to reschedule it? I was like,
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
I'm a girl that's not in college and doesn't have anything going for her, so I'm like, oh, do you have any full-time? She's like,
Well, you would have to reapply for that, so I'm just gonna cancel the 2 o'clock. You can go reapply, and then you can call us again, and we'll set an interview for you.
that all happened way too fast. So I was like, you know, okay. I waited around a week, and I called back. She was like, I'm gonna set an interview for you at 11:30 in the morning. So it's Elmo again that picked up the phone. I get there at around like 11:15, 11:20, because I like being early to interviews. Again, I have people left and right asking me like, oh, are you here for the interview? Are you here for the interview? And I was like, yes, I'm here for the interview. I'm sitting there waiting for Elmo, and they're like, oh yeah, Elmo's gonna be here in a few minutes. She's just running a little late. This lady finally comes up to me and is like, you know, you're here for the interview, right? And I was like,
Yes, I am.
I told her the same thing happened last time, like it was like an hour wait or whatever, and all that stuff. She's like, oh, that's really, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I'm so sorry. We're going to interview you today. We're going to make sure you get your interview. Just let me know your information and I'll go check on it. The girl comes back and is like, hi, it seems that you're at the wrong
Sam's Club.
You're supposed to be at Sam's Club B and you're at Sam's Club A. And I was like, at that point, I was just mad. I didn't want to ask any question. I go to the call desk, call my mom. I go back on the call log, right? On my mother's phone, because I had called Sam's Club on her phone. It says that I called Sam's Club A. So right now, I'm like, how? But then I look, and it also says I called Sam's Club B like minutes after, but I was still on the phone minutes after. This is what I think. You know how you're supposed to press 0 or whatever and it transfers you to somebody else? I think that what it did is it transferred the call to Sam's Club B. But the thing that has me messed up about all of this is how do they both have managers named Elmo? Now, I can't go to Sam's Club A because I'm going to be known as that girl that like went to the wrong Sam's Club for her interview and waited an hour
twice.
And I can't go to Sam's Club B either because now I'm assuming I've missed 2 interviews because both times they told me like I wasn't there or whatever. So now I look so dumb and I don't know what to do. On the note of me not having a phone, like, I have the best luck with phones. This is my iPhone 6. Do you see that? It like almost exploded. They told me that like my battery was old or whatever because it was like an old model and like the screen started lifting up and that meant that like my phone was gonna explode. After that phone had just completely broke, I didn't have a phone and at this point I was like, you know what? I just need a way to communicate with people. This is my next one. Oh, adorable. A little iPhone 5C. The way that phone had just sadly died, it was Halloween. And I had invited all of my friends over to have a bonfire. It had rained that day. On Halloween, my bonfire was out of the question. Everybody was already had their mind set on going to Imani's house, you know? What I had planned was I'm just gonna get a bunch of lights, like a bunch of my Christmas lights or whatever, throw them all over my living room, a bunch of blankets, and just get a bunch of food, you know, just for us to watch a scary movie. Because, you know, oh, Halloween, scary. I went to my local store, bought all of this food, and right as I'm checking out, my phone just like, the screen
shattered.
The colors all over the phone. And then this one, my iPhone 8, my rose gold iPhone 8. This is a cute story. They had this river float where you can just go float on the river and you get a free floaty. Like, that's fun. So I asked my friend if he wanted to go. So we went. We got the floaties and everything. I brought my phone. He brought his phone. And I had a waterproof speaker. He was sitting on it like this, kind of like this. Like on the floaty with the phones, holding the speaker. Like he was on the aux. Towards the end, he was like, hold on, can you hold this stuff? I just want to like get in the water a little bit before we get out. Like you can literally see the ending. So I have the phones, I have the speaker, and I'm sitting on the floaty like he was. And then I drop his phone. I am freaking out. I'm like,
oh my god, I just jumped before the water. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I didn't mean to jump before because
like I'm freaking out and he doesn't know what I'm saying. I give him all of my stuff. Like I give him everything that's on my lap. I was like, oh my god, I dropped your phone, I can get it. The water was only waist level. I'm freaking out, but the time it takes for him to understand like what I'm saying, like we're drifting away. So I get out and I'm looking for it and I cannot find it. And then he was like, where's your phone? And I was like, I just gave it to you. So he dropped my phone too. I feel one with my foot and I was like, oh my god, I found it. I found your phone. It was my phone. And that just made me feel horrible. But we're still looking for it. And then he drops my phone again. And I'm like, oh my god. We find my phone again. His is still at the bottom of the river. Side note, he ended up getting an iPhone X 3 days later because he was due for an upgrade. So he's chilling right now. But me, on the other hand, you know,
I still don't have a phone.
I don't have Apple Care, sadly. So I would need like another $700 to like $800. And I can't even get a job at Sam's Club. So how am I supposed to do that? And you know, I really don't know what to do. I'm supposed to be going to college, like, you know, your girl got accepted into the Art Institute. I'm supposed to be moving back home to California because that's where most of my family is, right? And I'm supposed to be going to college out there. I don't know how I'm gonna afford that because I can't even get a job at Sam's Club. And I understand, like, oh, I can get a job when I go out there. That is still very expensive and I cannot afford that. If anybody has any advice on what I should do, please let me know because I'm stuck. But I should just go to community college and then go to the university. But like, I feel like I'm gonna just be lazy. I'm supposed to be starting the Art Institute in April, but I don't have any money and I really don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life, you know? This is the only thing I do is talk to this camera to like the 300 of you I think that are out there. And you know, thank you for watching because honestly, what am I doing? That's the honestly right there. I'm stuck in my room painting a birdhouse for my mom's kitchen. I'm in a small little crisis right now. I can't get a job. Nobody wants to hire me. So if you're somebody out there that's looking to hire somebody, just let me know. My email is in the about part of my page. Thanks. 18-year-old, no job, no phone, no way to get anywhere. I don't have a car either because I can't even save up to get that. I mean, the Art Institute does sound really fun and it is something I wanted to do. I'm like not enrolled yet. I mean, I'm thinking about just going to a community college, but at the same time, I don't know how that's gonna work out. If you could help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. I swear to you, I've tried everything, like anything and everything. You know, your girl just sucks at doing things productive. I do like thrift shopping, you know, but you know what sucks is it seems like thrifting is now a trend. I remember being made fun of because of thrifting. It's good now that it's not seen in that light. Like, I'm not saying now it sucks because if I were to thrift, like, I'm not being unique. Like, I'm not doing anything no one else has seen, you know. I'm still gonna be thrifting here and there. I mean, because I got this from a thrift store. It's the most comfy rug I've ever gotten. The cutest thrift stores are the smaller ones. You need to go to a thrift store that's called thrift store. The smallest ones like have the best finds. I used to hate going to thrift stores because like you have to like look at like regular retail stores, like everything, like there's a bunch of the same thing. But at thrift stores, it's like everything there is its own thing. They don't even go by size. They go by color. I always go to the men's section. The men's section is my best friend. If you were to assign me the women's section, I probably wouldn't know what to do. You're trying to go thrifting, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you need advice on thrifting. But if you're trying to go thrifting, go to the men's section. Well, I finished, but it's kind of ugly. But, you know, it's kind of not at the same time. I don't know how to end it, so I guess I'm just... Look. Oh, it's cute. The back's kind of sucks. Oh, that's cute. What's in her mouth?
A lollipop.
This couch is bothering me.